everybody, welcome back to the Teeter Twin channel. Today we're going to talk about our New York City Marathon experience in 2013. So in our first video we mentioned that we were going to talk about some of those past experiences that we had, so we're going to finally do that.
I guess we'll start off by just talking about like our very first marathon that we ever did, and that was in Las Vegas. It was called the Red Rock Canyon Marathon, and yeah, we actually trained a lot for that, a lot of miles, a lot of tempo runs and stuff like that. And so we did a lot of miles for the Red Rock Marathon, and we went there thinking, oh, we're in good shape and stuff, and we were ready for a marathon, and our very first one. So that race started, and mostly downhill, wasn't it, bro, right when we started?
Yeah, and we thought we didn't do much research and looked at the course like we should have, so we were thinking most of it was going to be downhill or flat, and we got to the 13-mile mark and had to turn around, and that's when we realized that uh-oh, we're in trouble, because then the rest of it was uphill, so it was rough.
Yeah, so as soon as we hit those uphills, it was, oh, our body's shut down. Now we're having to walk, and then so we'll maybe walk half mile, try to run a mile, walk half mile. And we were actually in really good shape there, so we ended up not running too bad. I think I ended up with a 3:03 marathon.
That was a 3:12.
Yeah, so I mean we stopped a lot. I walked a lot. There's even a few times I was standing there, and that's one thing I want to say, is that I don't think it was just the uphills. It was, we didn't drink, we didn't eat, and so I mean you got to eat during a marathon.
And that's what it was.
Yeah.
We didn't have enough experience or didn't bother to do any research before, so we were thinking, oh, we can run 26 miles nonstop without drinking and eating, and no, you can't do that. It's way too hard on your body. So yeah, that was a huge mistake. We didn't hydrate or eat or nothing.
So our intentions on running the Las Vegas Marathon was to actually qualify for New York, because I think the time we needed to run was an actual like 3:01 marathon each with our time and our age, so we actually missed our qualifying mark. But the thing about New York is you can run a half marathon to actually qualify. So after that we were like, well, let's do a half marathon instead. And we actually did pretty good in our half marathons. I don't even know how many we ran after that, but we ended up running a couple 1:10 half marathons, and I mean
that kind of went back into playing, as in oh, we don't need to drink, because we didn't in those half marathons. Maybe drink once in a while. So then then it took away the kind of learning curve that we should have got in the Vegas Marathon. So yeah, we were like, oh, 1:10, we can run a marathon without drinking or eating.
Yeah, and then all this was to qualify for the 2012 New York Marathon. But if y'all remember what happened then, it was the Sandy Hook hurricane. So we qualify, we get in really good shape. I mean, I'm willing to say we were in 2:35 shape. We were gonna run a good marathon. Land in New York, and bam, that's when they came out, oh, not doing it, no marathon this year. And we were like, holy cow, now we're in New York. So we stayed and we toured the city. We went to Times Square. So I mean, it wasn't a bad experience for sure. And then that's when we got the re-entry for the next year, 2013.
Yeah, that year 2012 was my first year with my wife. Then at the time she was my girlfriend, and so it wasn't a totally bad experience. She was there with me in New York, and so that was fun. But yeah, the whole Sandy hurricane, that was not fun. And so yeah, we got another whole year to train, but we were kind of depressed already from not being able to run, because we knew we were in really good shape, and we had to wait another whole year. So, and we didn't learn anything from that. So going back to 2013, we were back in the same boat. We were in good shape, but when we finally started running, yeah, it wasn't. Didn't know much. So.
No, so we should have ran probably another marathon during that beginning of that year or whatever, and to at least get some experience. But no, we just stayed at the half marathons again, and so I mean we weren't eating, or I mean a little bit of drinking during them. So we're like, oh, we can gut out a whole marathon. So very inexperienced going into 2013 marathon, and so there we are. We're at the starting line. We're ready to go. We don't have blocks. We don't have shots. We don't. we're not even prepared
So-
at all to.
I think the biggest thing that got us also there was, yeah, we didn't do no research whatsoever. We were thinking when you wake up and you get on the bus and you get off at where the start is, they have food for you there. Well, they don't. They I think we had some bagels there. So that morning, all we had for breakfast was a bagel and some coffee, because we thought they had food there, which, yeah, we should have done more research and bought our food the night before and ate at the hotel. And so, yeah, we messed up totally there. So we waited. You wait at the starting for like two hours just to get to the starting line. So by the time we get to the starting line, we're already feeling weak from not eating and stuff. And then we didn't change our game plan, which we should have. So we go right into running our. We want a 1:15 half to run a 2:30 marathon, and straight from the beginning we're weak. So our whole plan went straight out the window, and we should have changed, but we didn't. It was a huge learning experience for sure. So this video mainly is about, eating and drinking right when you're running a marathon. We were in good shape. You're gonna get in good shape with your trainings, but this main video is for, yeah, we didn't know what to do during a marathon, like eating nutrition wise, and
Yeah,
it was huge.
2013 is definitely was messed up for us, and we are on a mission to go back and do better. My finishing time in New York was 103. I'm not 103, 301. 301 marathon.
And mine was a 321.
Yes.
So what happened? We ran good the first half. We were 116 the first half, and then I hit the wall big time. We ran, caught this group, and I literally turned to him and was like, "Hey, I think we should hang back and chill on this group for a while." As soon as we got to that group, he went to the front.
Yeah, I was feeling good. I'm like, oh, the crowd's thinning out. We're getting in the front, so I just let the adrenaline get to me, the atmosphere get to me, and that's another thing I was gonna say is that, you go in having a game plan, and so you need to not let that adrenaline get to you. At the beginning of the race, I mean, you're crossing an awesome bridge. There's a boat shooting water. There's helicopters and there's music, so you're getting all that adrenaline. So you're like flying, and before you know it, holy cow, I'm way faster than I should be going. So that's another thing you gotta take in hand. But yeah, I was just feeling it. Took off, and then mile 14 is when I hit the wall.
So yeah, we're running. He gassed me, and from there on, it was pretty much for me, run a mile, walk a mile, run a mile, walk a mile. So it was horrible. I actually ended up stopping, I want to say, probably mile, I think 16, and I had to actually go into one of the medical tents and get some pretzels, and I was hurting bad. And so eating there, taking a little break, that helped me. I got some food in me and helped me and stuff. So, but it was still walking a mile, run a mile, walk a mile, run a mile. So I ended with the 321. So when I look back on it, and I'm like, for everything that happened and all the walking and stuff I did, I was actually pretty happy with 321. But I was like, because we're gonna show some pictures, and you can tell how dead we are in those pictures.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's another thing that we kind of regret, is that we should have just stayed together. I mean, our whole plan was finishing together anyway, and yeah, it just it all just crumbled apart once we hit the wall. He hit the wall, then I hit the wall, and it just all fell apart. Cause at mile 14, that's when I hit the wall, and I was walking a mile, running a mile, walking a mile, running a mile, and just trying to push it to the end. And I ran a 301, so I mean, that just goes to show we were in really good shape there. I have no doubt if we knew what we were doing, we would have ran 230 or 235, maybe even better. I don't even know, but we were in good shape, and that's what kind of sucks about it. But we're determined to go back.
Yeah. So we get there. I finish, and I'm sure everybody's been there where I finished that marathon and I'm dead, and I was like, that's it. I'm done with marathons. I'm never running a marathon again. But then getting back home and getting back into running again after taking a week off because you're sore and stuff. I was like, nah, I got to do better than that. I need, and I can do better than that. And that's when we started doing more research, and we started working at Cliff Bar, which actually helped, because then we started using these bad boys, Cliff Shots and the Cliff Blocks, and they help tremendously. And we get a lot of these since we work at Cliff Bar. So yeah, they help a ton. And we probably, I'd say, use 3 packs of the blocks and then 2 of the shots during the whole marathon, and
lots of water.
It definitely changed a lot. So we learned a lot there, and our I know we can still get better, because a lot of our marathons we've done lately, we just haven't been in very good shape. So our best is 2:54, and I know we can do way better than that.
So that's basically what we wanted to say about our 2013 New York Marathon, is that we weren't ready. We were inexperienced, and I mean, we're hoping we know now. How many marathons have we ran now? I know we ran Boston, New York, the Vegas one, and
a couple
of Boise ones. So
Boise, Idaho.
I think we might have 5 marathons now. So
not too many. So
I mean, we're not super experienced, but now we know at least you got to drink, you got to eat, you got to get that fuel. So I don't know the best techniques to drinking. I have a hard time drinking the water at the water stations. I wish they had little bottles that you could drink out of, but yeah, you just got to eat. You got to. I mean, I think the blocks and the shots are huge, and I mean, I like carrying them with me, which kind of sucks too. But I mean, if you don't, then you might not like what they have on their tables, and they might not even have anything for you. So
I mean, that's another thing, is these work for us, but they might not work for you. You know, you need to find your, test them out during some of your runs. And,
yeah.
Because some people have, they've said that, some of these could hurt their stomach, and we found these work really good for us, and there's a lot of them out there, so you can definitely look around. And then if anyone's wondering why we're wearing our sunglasses, because we're outside, 'cause it's nice, and it's nice and sunny. It's not because we think we're cool.
Yeah. And so I'd also say going to New York is awesome. Anyone that wants to run marathons and good marathons, go to New York. It's awesome there. They have bands every so block, live bands going. Tons of people cheering you on no matter what. They're cheering you on. They don't even know you, and they're shouting. If you have a name on your jersey, they're shouting it out and cheering you on. So it was probably one of the best experiences I've ever had running, even though it, like personally it kind of sucked, but it's an awesome atmosphere. I would definitely go if you're planning on going to New York City.
Yeah, Boston and New York are pretty awesome.
So we'll probably do another video about our Boston Marathon and later on, but yeah. So
well, if anybody was wondering about the training we were doing a lot of long runs for sure, and I'd say at the time our longest run during was probably 18 miles.
18,
yeah, 18 miles. And we were probably running, I mean, not crazy amount of miles, 60 to 70, I would say, a week, which we want to do more and stuff, but kind of found with our job and stuff like that, it was a little harder. Right now, I'm still nursing my Achilles injury, my left Achilles. Yeah, I feel like it's getting better each week, and there'll be a couple days where I feel like I'm good to run, so I'll run like 2 miles, and it's starting to hurt again, so then I stop. I just need to stop running until it's not hurting. Keep doing my core and stuff, so I'm definitely inching my way closer. So
that, I mean, because that's what, we call this the Tito Twin channel, so, and I mean, there hasn't been many videos of us running together, and that's why, because of his Achilles. So we're hoping to get this more like we're both training to go do a good race, like, trying to qualify for Boston again. Well, we've actually qualified for Boston, and we're trying to enter it actually, so that might be our next big race that we go do. But we want to go to New York again. We want to go do some track meets in Oregon and stuff. So we want to get this back to where it's me and Landon running good together and stuff. So we're hoping his Achilles heals up and you'll start seeing us training good and stuff. And,
yeah.
But our wives are on the track too. Destiny, I know she's about to do a 7K. We're in another race in a couple weeks, so our wives they're hoping to do good things too. So we'll get this channel rolling. But like always, we want to do our little saying that we like. We run together, we die together. Tito Twins for life. Thanks for watching.